computer. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, now we are moved towards the simulation sessions because it's a fantastic day to do the simulations. So I'm going to choose the gold for the instrument, all right? And then we'll choose the date, all right? So we have altogether like 6 years. So out of this year, which year would you like to choose? Can you tell me, please? Which year?
2022.
2022? I think it's not relevant for the simulations as it's like 3 years ago data situations time psychology. I think that will not going to match in 2025 24. All right, so can you do
2024.
sorry?
2024.
Okay, let's go for 2024 and choose one specific month out of this 12 months. So always do simulations
August.
recent year, not the previous year, all right? So that will not going to work for you because it's a separate environment, it's a distinct psychology at that time. So we are not allowed to do all those things because it's not effective, all right? So which months would you like to choose out of these 12 months?
August. August, sir. August.
Okay, so let's go to the August, all right? August, and we have altogether like 5 weeks. So 29, 5, 12, 19, 26. Which one? 29, 5, 12, 19, 26, 2. Which one?
5.
5. Okay, all right. So let's go for 5. All right. I'm going to put it's fixed. And this is 250 days data. I'm going to put a standard chart and the period is obviously 15 minutes. And then let's go. Well done. Anyway, all right. So this is the chart of August. I'm going to put the simulations are all right. Let's go. I think you guys have problem to show your face, and I'm the only person who open my camera and promote. Anyway, no problem. So it's the Monday 5 2024 August 5, all right? So it's a Monday and we are planning to execute our trade on Monday. And if you look at here, let's label it, okay? And sessions, I think it's the pre learning sessions, all right? No problem. So let's go through the analysis. So what you can see is if you look at here, this has created, okay, let's go from the top-down analysis. Look at on a daily time frame. What you can see on a daily time frame. We are looking the candles like strong bullish candle and trying to push up, no problem it on daily. There is a probability that the next candle will continue to push up to fill this week as well. So that will be the probability as well. Anyway, no problem. And then if we shift towards the further lower time frame, that is 4-hour time frame, what you can see is it has created some sorts of support at this point. All right. So by the way, it's a MT5 platform. You can use like this. It has created some sorts of support at this point and trying to put up. All right, move up, no problem. Let's move towards the further down time frame where you can see that it has created some sorts of a support at this point and there is a clean range to the upper side. If you look at here, this is a clean range, traffic to the left. So we're planning to push up and planning for buy as well. Let's look from the 30-minute time frame, which is our executions candle. And we're seeing that it has created resistance at this point, which is also called the minor resistance, and also retest at this point, moving up, no problem, and we are thinking for a buy. Yes. Now what you can see is, if you look at here, this candle is a strong bullish candle, and if we took the buy, where is our stop loss? Probably going to be the low of the next candle, which is all about like a 66 pips, which is not relevant enough. All right, it's a way big range. We cannot put our stop loss more than 25 pips. 20 to 25 pips means $2 to $2.5. So it's a way big range. So what you can do is, we are waiting for some sorts of wick to form at first, then breaking the high of the previous candle, then we'll think for continue to push up. All right, otherwise we'll not execute the trade because stop loss is way too big, and we are waiting for some sorts of a wick to form at first, then break the high of the previous candle, so that we can put our stop loss to the recent candle, low of the recent candle. So we have to see whether this candle is able to create some sorts of a wick or not. If it is not, then this will not be our trade. Let's see, it's pushing down, no problem, no issue at all. The only thing that this candle need to be do is, it has to create some sorts of wick and then break its one high, then probably we'll think for buy, otherwise will not. So if you look at it, it's the first 5 minutes and still it's struggling. We don't know whether this candle is able to break its own high or not. If it's break, then we'll execute our trade. Okay, it's moving up, no problem. Okay, now this is the time to execute our trade, and we have waited like the first 5 minutes. Let me measure this range. If I measure this range, which is all about like a 35 pips range, 35, and we have altogether like a 10,000 USD for this demo. All right, so what we can is, 35 is way too big, but the confirmations and the structures is a good. That's why I'm going to lower my lot size. Instead of executing one lot, I am going to put my lot size like a 0.6. All right, 0.6. And I'm thinking for a buy. Let's go for a buy. My stop loss will be, TP will be somewhere else, and my stop loss will be the low of this recent candle, which is all about like a 35 pips, $3.5. All right, so let's execute the trade and see what will it actually happen at this point. We don't know, because there is a probability and future is always uncertain. So let's see how it play out, and at the same time we should have to think for the risk management as well, because we are here to make money, we are here to print money, not lose. Let's see. It is moving up, and listen, if the recent candle retraces back to my entry point, I will close my 50% of the position, because I'm not that much greedy, and I don't want to earn all the money in a single day, because I believe on the process. So small profit compounds gradually becomes my large profit in future. So I believe on that. So if it retraces back to my entry level, there is no FOMO, fear of missing out. All right, there is no FOMO, there is no greed, there is no any expectations. All right, I'm going to close 50%, because it's my rules and it's my discipline, and I should have to follow all those things. So it's moving up, no problem, baby. Come on, come on. Wow, just wow. And we have made like $147. So what will be our decisions at this point? And it's been like a first 5 minutes, and just like a second, and it moved like this much, and we have a clean range to the left. What will be our decisions at this point? If you are in a real trade, if you are in this trade, what will be your decision? Can you try? Please, guys, be collaborative. Okay, Mridul sir, what will be your decision at this point? If you are in exactly this trade, yeah.
Book 50%.
Oh, you are planning to book 50%? We have no more greed to hit your target profit?
No, sir. Okay, book 20% and rest, let it run.
Okay, I think that will be the great. Yeah. So it's continue to move up. and I'm planning to close like I think most of the time, normally I'm going to close 80%, all right? I'm going to 80% and let the rest run. Okay, I think I have skipped a little bit. That's why it's trying to push down, no problem. Because I still have to book. Instead of booking, I click on continuation so that it is retracing back. No problem. Anyway, but if I'm in the real chart, I will obviously closing my 80% of the position at this level because wrongly I clicked. Okay, it's moving up, no problem. Okay, okay, okay. So what should I do at this point? Shall I close my 50% of the positions? Okay. At first, just trying to create some sorts of a weak, no problem. And then you have to push up, baby. Come on, no problem. You have to push up, otherwise I'm going to close my 50%. You are not. I've been drawn on like a 1.83. So that's a wrongly click, all right. I accepted the fact that if I'm in the real trade, I will close obviously 80% on $170 profit. So there is no FOMO at this point. I have no greedy. So I think we should have to close our 50% of the positions. We have to manage our risk. I'm planning to lose less than what I intended to lose. All right. Okay, it's moving up. Wow. See, it's going to hit my stop loss. Anyway, I think it is going to hit my stop loss. That's why I'm not going to lose more. So I close everything because I know it will going to hit my stop loss. Yeah. See, instead of losing like instead of losing like a $170, I'm losing like $50. Even I'm in a profit. So this is all about the risk management. Wow, look, this is something crazy. And we are not prone to execute our trade on this crazy movement. So let me off my calendar at this point. That's the big mistake as we are not close our positions. Okay, it's moving up, no problem. Wow, see? And at the same time, we should have to see our sessions as well. We are headed towards the pre-New York sessions, no problem. This is not the right. So see, it has created a resistance at this point and pushed up, and we are waiting for some sorts of a higher low to be formed. All right, some sorts of a resistance and then support, then probably we'll think for buy. Otherwise, we'll just wait. No problem, because it's not our sessions as well. See, this is all on New York sessions. So it has a high volume at this point. See what type of this candle. Anyway, I think it's a good idea to move next day instead of executing our trade. See, okay, just like a choppy. All right, let's move to the next day. Next day with the fresh mindsets, and we are planning to execute trade. Oh, okay. Anyway, so let's get an analysis. All right. Okay. Next day is our fresh day, and we are trying to plan accordingly. All right, with the by using the same concepts. So at first we have to look from the daily perspective. What you can see is daily candle created weak and trying to push down. Probably this candle might trying to create to fill this week whole week, which is all about like a $46 move and 460 pips. That's a way big move as well. And if you look at on a 4-hour time frame, it is trying to create resistance and breaking the low of the previous candle, means there is a higher probability that the next candle will continue to push down from the 4-hour perspective. Looking at on a 1-hour time frame, what you can see is looking at from the 1-hour perspective as well. If you look at here, it has created a resistance. At the same time, there is a clean traffic to the left till this point. So 30-minute candle is our execution candle, so we should not avoid this. So looking at a 30-minute time frame, it will give you a certain market structures. You are seeing that it has created a support at this point, and we are planning for a candle to break and close below this support so that we can get the clean range to this point. All right, which is all about like a how many pips? Let me measure it at first. If I measure this range, which is all about like a how many 150 pips, it's a way big range. This is a clean traffic to the left as well. If the next candle break and close below this support, other than that, we are not prone to execute our trade in between this range. It's a sideways and choppy market. It has not a big range, so it's a no tradable zone. And we are planning for the next candle to break and close below this support so that we can execute the trade. Other than that, we'll just wait. It is trying to push up, no problem. Wow. Look, if this candle break and close above this resistance, then we'll get a good range, which is all about like a how many pips? If I measure this range, which is all about like a good range, though it is 131 pips range, $13 move. It's a way big range. The only thing this candle need to do is to break and close above this resistance. So 30-minute candle is about to close within 6 minutes. We have to see whether this candle is able to push up or not. If this candle would not able to break and close above this resistance, means there will be not a valid trade for the buy. And it's about to close. Yeah, finally close. So look, this candle close like a bullish. Looking at on a 1-hour time frame, 1-hour time frame is still running, and it has moved already like how many pips? If I measure this range, which is all about like a 83 pips, $8 move. If 1-hour candle moves like 83, means what's the next probability that this candle will continue to push up, like moving 190 pips, 200 pips? It is going to be very, very low probability. So what will be our decisions at this point? Looking at on a 4-hour time frame, okay. 4-hour time frame, respecting the low of the previous candle, trying to break the high of the previous candle, higher probability that it will continue to push up. No issue. 30-minute. It's first 30-minute. If I measure this range, can I put my stop loss below the range, which is all about like 36 pips? I don't think that will be the valid idea. If I put my stop loss below the previous candle, which is all about like 94 pips, it's a way big range. So what should I do at this point? So for putting my stop loss, I'm going to look on 15-minute time frame, putting the low of the previous candle, which is like a 52 pips move. Stop loss. It's a way big though. So let's wait for some minutes. Okay, it has to create low at first and then break its own high so that I can execute my trade. Other than that, I'll just wait because I'm not comfortable looking at on 1 hour, as I'm not expecting this 1 hour candle just continue to push up and hit this resistance. There is a less probability. Okay, now Probably this might be the opportunity to take the trade, as it has created a low and then pushing up. Let me little bit slow it, and my heartbeat is going to be high at this point. No problem. It has to break its own high for the execution. And okay, now here is the point. I'm going to put one lot because it's my favorable market structures. Let's see what will happen. I don't know. But at the same time, I am too much fresh to manage my risk. Let me put my stop loss below the current candle low, and TP will be this. If this come back to this zone, I will manage 50% of my position, because the only thing that we can do is to manage our risk, nothing more than that. Okay, it's moving up, no problem. Okay, and 15-minute candle is about to close. We have to see how this candle going to be close at 15-minute. Looking at on 30-minute, it's moving up, and okay, no problem. Wow, let me show you my trading platform as well. We've been like a 149 profit, still a big range. So let the trade run for a little bit. What should we do at this point? Shall I book my profit? Vivek sir, are you there?
Yes, we should
Shall I book
book
my
the
profit or let the run?
profit.
Yeah, I think there should not any meaning to hold these positions. Anyway, I'm waiting for 15-minute candle to close. If you look at here, this is the 15-minute candle about to close. Let's wait for this 15-minute candle to close at first. Now, look, this candle has no wick at top. Means I think it's a good idea to close. Let me show. 30-minute candle is still running at this point. What should you do? Shall we close or let the little bit run?
Close.
Okay, anyway,
Perfect.
I'm going to close 50% at this point. All right. And at the same time, if I book my profit, I should have to put my stop loss at break even and let the run. Looking at on 15 minutes, it is trying to create a low, then probably it should break the high so that it will continue to push up. Otherwise, it will hit our stop loss. Wow. We've been profit like $162 at this point. What should we do? Shall I book or let the run? Because we are in a risk-free trade right now, because we put our stop loss at break even, close partial positions, 50% of the position. So Mridul sir, what will be your opinion at this point? What will you do if you are in the real trade at these situations and you are in profit like 162?
Sir, we are in break even, so we put our break even in that trade free risk free zone, then manage 50% risks and leave it. Rest leave it.
Manage 50% another? Okay, I manage. Let's see. Because we don't know whether this candle will continue to push up or not. Okay. I think it's a good idea to close another 50%, isn't it? Because it's about to close. Let's close 50% and let the rest on whatever it will move or hit our stop loss. We don't care at all. What should we do? Let the run. If it's just trying to retraces back at this point, I will close full because there is probability that it will create like a shooting star type of candle as well. What will be our decisions at this point? Okay. Wow. See, what's the rejections? What should you do? I think it's a good idea to close everything because the way this candle close was, I don't like it, this type of candle. All right, let's see. See, obviously it will hit our stop loss. And let me show you our statistics. It's all about risk management. We are in profit like $188 because we lose like a 56 in the previous trade. See, this is all about risk management. If I let the rest run and if I put like a one lot at the previous trade, then probably we'll lose like a $200 or maybe 335 pips means $350. Instead of losing $350, we are losing just like a $56. Even when I was in loss, I am making money. That's the risk management strategy and managing mindset, all right? So if you drive in this mindset, you will print the money. Other than that, you will blow your account and blow in the year. All right, so let's go to the next confirmation. Shall we take a trade? Obviously not, because we are not seeing any confirmations. For that, I'm going to adjust my chart right now. Now it has created the resistance at this point and there is a support at this point. So I'm waiting for a candle to break below this range or above this range for a buy. Other than that, I'm just waiting. This is the no tradable zone for me, real time frame as well. So looking at a 30-minute, you'll get a good, okay. Oh, back in the range. See, this is the New York sessions because it's not our time and we have to adjust our analysis as well. It has created a resistance at this, support at this point, and resistance at this point means this is the no tradable zone. So let's move to the next day. All right, since it's not our trading zone, trading time, only focus 1 or 2 trade a day. That's enough for you to be rich in future. No need to do much trade to print money, because if you do over trade, if you risk over risk, then it is a easy platform to lose your all money. Okay, so let's go to the Wednesday, August 7. And for that, I'm putting the daily time frame. Let's look from the daily perspective. What you can see is, looking through the daily perspective, the daily candle initially opened at this level, created a wick and grab liquidity, and then trying to break the low of the previous candle. If it's able to break the previous candle, then there is a higher probability that it will continue to push down all about like 172 pips, $17 move to fill this week. For that, we are looking for sell on daily time frame. And the first condition that should be meet while executing the sale is, we must have to find the resistance on a lower time frame. Without resistance on 30-minute, without resistance on 1 hour, we are not planning to execute the trade on sale. All right, short sale. So if our initial bias was pushing down, we have to look the resistance on a lower time frame. If we could not able to see those resistance on a lower time frame, then we are not going to execute our trade, even though if our initial bias, initial thinking, and initial analysis was down. All right, so for that reason, let's move to the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame, candles were a small body candle, and this candle breaking the low of the previous candle. Probably if this able to break this wick, then there is a higher probability that it will continue to push down to fill this wick all the way down, which is around 163 pips. So let's go through the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame, if you look at a 1 hour time frame, it has created a support at this point, and the current candle break and close below this support means it's a valid breakdown. At the same time, you are looking the support at this point, and you are thinking that if this candle able to create a wick and break the low of the previous candle, then it will continue to push down like 85 pips. And out of 85, you can expect like 30 to 35, 40, maybe 50%. That will be justifiable as well, and that will be achievable as well. So looking on 30-minute time frame, we have to adjust our chart as well, and this candle has break and close below this support, means this is a valid breakdown. But looking at to the left, it has rejections at this point, so we should have to wait whether the next candle is able to break these low or not. If it's break, then we are expecting 116 pips, and out of 116 you can easily get like 50 to 55, 60 pips probably. That can be achievable as well. So looking at on a 15-minute time frame, further going down, you are seeing that further market structures the support at this point. All right, so better idea would be candle break and close below this support so that we can get a good range. So look, this candle rejected from this level, this candle rejected, this candle rejected, and another fourth candle also rejected from this level, means it's a crucial zone. So we have to be cautious. So let's see. Let me make it a little bit faster than usual. Okay. This candle is trying to break the low of the previous candle. No problem. We have to look because we have a clean range, and we are expecting this candle to be close in a healthy body candle. We are not going to sell at this point because the stop loss is way too big, like a 46 pips. It's a way big range. We are not putting our stop loss more than 20 to 25 pips. It's a rule of thumb. Okay, see the way this candle closed. I don't like this candle to close because this small body candle has a less amount of volume to price push down. So I'm not interested to execute the trade because it is not going to give me a full confirmations. So I want to have a candle printing like a healthy body bearish candle at this point. It's moving up, no problem. Still moving up. Wow. Now, can I make a sell? Obviously not, because it has rejected from this level and my stop loss is way too big. No trade. Now, what should I do is I have to adjust my support at
Sir,
this point.
take a buy, take a buy.
Buy? Where buy? Listen, it has a fresh resistance at this point. This is a no tradable zone. We have, even though this is also not the tradable zone, because there is a resistance and not a clean range. So the better idea would be if the next candle break and close below this support, will be planning to sell, because at initial from the daily time frame, we are planning for the sell. Got it? For that reason,
Okay,
we
sir.
are waited for the candle to break and close below this 2380. 2380. Let me a little bit slow it because we are planning to execute our trade, and we have to look at our time as well. It's like 8:03. It's London open sessions, high volume session. Price were Candles were printing just like a side by side, means it's a perfect sideways market. And longer the sideways, rally will be longer and vice versa. For that reason, we are waiting. So guys, let me give me 1 minute. Just 1 minute, I'm going outside. Anyway, so we are in a sideways mood right now and trying to see some sorts of a candle to break and close below the support for sale, because initially we are planning for sale. We are not going to change our bias. What happens if you change your bias? The things that can be happen when you change your initial bias was you'll have no idea at all and you will lost in the mess. So this candle is about to close, no problem. Okay, close. Not thinking for sale, sorry, buy, because there is not a clean range. Okay, it's continue to push down, no problem. Come on. Okay, finally it pushes up, no problem. See, this is the resistance. Even we are not comfortable at this point. Let me remove it and look from this perspective. See, looking at on 1 hour, 1 hour time frame is breaking the high of the previous candle all the way up and trying to push up, no problem. Looking at on 4 hour is trying to push up, no problem. Looking at on a daily time frame, it's bullish by creating this wick. Probably it will push up. Looking at on 30-minute, it is trying to create low and finally breaking the high of the previous candle, means there is a high probability that it will continue to push up to fill this week as well. All right, which is all right. 70 pips means we can easily get 35 pips. Looking at on a 15-minute time frame, there is something to the left. What should I do? The better idea would be if we think for a buy, it's a good idea because it's not a perfect setup. So I'm not going to risk the full size. I'm going to put only 0.5 instead of executing my one lot, because I'm not comfortable on a 15-minute time frame. So I'm going to buy, putting my stop loss at break even. At the same time, keep in mind, we should have to manage our risk as well. And we're thinking that this candle will continue to push up to fill this week. This is only the expectations that we have. And let me put my trade panel as well to look you guys, because I'm not comfortable to this trade. At the same time, I'm also planning if this candle push down and reach to its open price, I will close 50%. Because if it's a pre-New York sessions, volume should respect and volume should continue to push up. Other than that, I'm not going for hold my whole positions. I might just plan to reduce my positions. See, I have zero emotions at this point. Now I'm going to close my 50% of the position because I don't like it at all. And I know it is going to hit my stop loss as well. If you look at here, this is trying to push down, no problem. Okay. Instead of losing like a $100, probably I'll lose like a $50. That's the plan that I want to make. Okay. At this time, I know it is going to hit my stop loss. So I'm going to close everything because I don't think, see, it is going to hit my stop loss. Instead of losing $120, I'm losing $50. Once again, it's all about risk management. It's trying to push down, no problem. Okay. Now, if the next candle break the high, probably I will give a second chance. Otherwise, I will move to the next day. That will be my decisions. Okay. No problem. Now, I should have to adjust my zone. This is the resistance and this is the support. No tradable zone. I don't like this size of move. So it's not my sessions. Okay, let's move to the next day. See how we manage. Still, I think we have executed 3 trades. Out of 3, we have lost on 2 trades, even though we are in profit like 117. So look, this is the skill to manage your risk. I think your accuracy should be like out of 3, like 30% accuracy. And still you are in profit like $117 by losing 2 trades out of 3 trades, only winning 1 trade. This is all about risk management. And if you do keep following this rule, then there is no doubt you will print money in futures. Okay, so let's move to the next day. That is Thursday. Okay, let's move to the next day. So from the daily perspective, what you can see? From the daily perspective, we can see that these candles were just like a side by side, means it does not give any clue from the daily perspective. Let's move to the lower time frame, that is 4-hour time frame. Looking at on 4-hour time frame, nothing special. On 1-hour time frame, it is trying to create support at this point. See, it is trying to create support at this point. Likewise, you will see a clean range to the left till this point. Looking at on a 30-minute time frame, you are looking like some resistance at this point. So I'm not comfortable. If the next candle break and close above this range, then I will get this clean range, which is all about like 94. Out of 94, I will get easily 40 pips. But at the time, if I measure this range, which is all about like 30 pips, means I will get hardly 15 pips. I'm not that much confident to execute this trade, so I'm still waiting. Okay, I am waiting for the candle to break and close above this resistance for a buy. And for sale, I'm not looking for sale because this is not a clean range. I don't like this type of move, so I'm waiting for the candle to break and close above this resistance. Okay, now look, if this candle, it's a London Open, and Let me look on 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame has a strong bullish candle. The next candle trying to push up by breaking the high of the previous candle. My heart is beating now. And 4 hour is trying to continue to push up. Looking at on a daily time frame, we can see that daily time frame is trying to reject from this level. No problem. Looking at on 30-minute. At first, it has trying to create a low. If it's break its one high, then I will probably execute the trade because it's a confirmations trade and we'll get a good range. Okay, no problem, no issue. Finally, let's look for a candle to create a wick at first. Then need to break the high of the previous candle so that we can execute our trade. Well, come on, it's just a first 3 minute. Need to wait for first 5 minute. Okay, if it's about to break the high of the previous candle, I will go for one lot. Other than that, I will just wait. No problem, no issue. I have no greed. I have no FOMO. If this candle create a bearish candle, I will not go for sale. No, 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 because that will be not my preferable expectations as well. Because this is the not a tradable zone. So I think 15-minute candle is about to close. Let me look on 15-minute candle. It's moving up, no problem. Come on, baby. It's moving up. Okay, looking at on a 30-minute time frame, it has to break the high of the previous candle for a buy. Baby, calm down. Okay. It's the first 15-minute candle. So let me look at on a 15-minute candle closing like a bearish candle. My confidence is going to be lowered down at this point for a buy and need to wait for the another candle. Look, I'm waiting for next candle to print a bullish candle for buy. I'm not going for sale at this point. Let me adjust my resistance at this level as well. Now this is my resistance and it's trying to push up. Okay. Now look, what's the probability that the next candle will continue to push up? Looking at on a 1 hour time frame, it's trying to break the high of the previous candle. So I think it's a good idea to execute our lots. One lot, we don't know what will going to happen at this point. It is just what it is. We are putting our stop loss below the current candle, putting our TP will be at this level. By that time, we should be conscious to manage our risk as well. We don't know what will going to happen because it is what it is. We cannot do anything at this point. If it's moving up, there is no business to drop down like this candle opening price. There is no business. There is no even a single reasons to come back. If it come back, then we should have to manage our risk. If it's break the high of the previous candle, there should not be any business to push down. All right, we're moving like a $44 profit right now, like a 4 pips, no problem. It has to push up. At the same time, we are not excited too much because at the time we have to manage our risk as well. We are in profit like $86. What should we do at this point? I think we should have to let the position run because it's a Thursday. The 30-minute candle is about to close. What should we do at this point? Shall we book or let the run? Mridul sir, what is your opinion at this point? I think 15-minute candle is just closed and the next 15-minute candle is
Sir, wait.
Yeah, I'm also thinking for that as well. If it's come back to our entry point, I will close 50%. There is no business to come back in our entry point. That will be our minimum threshold. $114, it's okay. Looking at on 15-minute time frame, it is trying to push up, no problem. Come on, baby, you have to move up, no problem, no issue at all. Come on, now your business is to move up. We're in like $130 profit. What will you do?
Book 50 or 60%.
I think there is a clean range to the left. I think this is the time to close like a 80%, probably at this point. 80%. Yes, because it's a Thursday and we want to be a winner. Listen, guys, listen, I will tell you something very important. If you are in just like a profit, just profit, like a $1 profit, like a positive, you will be in the top 10% person in the world, top 10% businessman in the world, because you are in the profit. You know what? If you start off like a 100 startup, there is a chances that 1 or 2 is going to be success at that point. So just imagine if you are in positive on each day, you are making money, means you are in the top 10% people in the world. Means how much power you have and how much energy you have, how much positive attitude you have. So I used to forget these things in my past days. That's why I used to play the game like a snake and ladder. All right. I used to read the label where target is just like there is no much distance at that point. But my lack of risk management skills and over greediness and having a over trade, over risking methodology will drop down me to the bottom. And again, I have to start from that point, from the beginning. It's the harsh reality of each trader in the world. And most of the traders is going to be frustrated due to this reason, because they have over expectations and they have over greediness and they hold the positions longer because they want to hit their target profit. I think 90% of the time your target is not going to be hit, because it's a probability. And whenever it moves like a certain pips or certain portions, means there is a higher chances that at any time you will get people will going to be the book their profit because they are in the profit. When people are in the profit, it's a risky market because they can book majority of the people, majority of the retail investors going to be take out their profit from their positions. So you will get a downside volume when you are buying positions, when you are in the buying positions. So we have to consider all the fact, think on the realistic approach, and then only we can make money. Other than that, we'll just waste our money, waste our time, and a broken heart. At the end of the day, the only thing that remains in our mind is only the broken heart. All right, so you have to consider that. No need to be over greedy, because if you look at here, this is not the perfect setups for the buy anyway, because I just execute my positions like an impulse entry. You know what? It's called the impulse entry. I will teach you later what does impulse entry actually mean. It's an impulse entry. It's a high risk trade because you are not waited for the confirmations. If you waited for these confirmations, you will lose this entire move, isn't it? So like 18 pips, it's a good idea to close my 80% of the positions. I'm going to close 80% of the time, 80% of the positions. And I want to be a risk-free trade, put my stop loss at break even. Now, if it push down and hit my entry point, I will be exited in a 0 loss. And if it continue to push up and hit my TP, that will be the great. The only thing that it can happen is it will give me the confidence to the next time, because if the same thing repeat time and again will brings you a lot of confidence, clarity, and the evidence for your future reference, so that you can hold your position longer in upcoming days. This is all because of you are executing, you are looking at this point current scenario. So you have to focus on that, because it's a trading psychology. Whatever I'm going to mention you is learning from the losses. All right, learning from the losses, and learning from the bad psychology as well. When you are in the loss, when you lose your money, then the only thing that remains in your mind is stress. All right, stress and regret about your act, about your miss trade. All right, so everything okay. So let the rest run, because if it's hit our stop loss, don't get worried, no problem. And if it continue like 60 pips, no need to be regret, because it will build your confidence. Future is uncertain, no one knows what is actually going to be happen. It's moving up, no problem for me. And at the same time, I'm going to close another 50%, because if you look at here, this is the weak rejections on the left side, isn't it? That's why I'm going to close another 50%. No more greed, because if I got $67 and I secured like a 32 5 32 $33, that is my profit. And if I be like a $670 but not booked it, push down, drop down, hit my stop loss, I'll lose everything. All right, so I'm going to close my 50% of the positions at this point, and looking at on a 15-minute time frame. Yeah, that's great, no problem. And let the run, it's moving up, no problem. Because there is a rejections to the left, that's why I'm going to close, and I close like a 50% at that time, and I have no stress at all because we made money. All right, so that's the logic and the mental attitude of a good trader. Okay, I think it is going to reject right now, so I'm going to close another 50% and let the rest run. Wow, it's moving up, no problem. Come on, you have to move up. Wow, see, I think the way this candle is going to close is a low volume time. So I'm going to close another 50% of the positions. So I'm going to close 50% and let the rest run. See, wow, it hit our stick profit as well. Congratulations. Okay. So let me show you our statistics. We have made around like $334. We have executed our trade on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and finally Thursday. On 4 days, you are making 334, means out of 10,000 means how much percentage? I think 10,000. If you got like a 10%, you will get a 1,000. 5%, 500. You are making like a 3.34% on a 3 days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 days. That's a awesome profit. If you make like a 5% per week, you will make money like 20% a month. And if you made a 20% per month, your annual return will be going to be like 240%. 240% annual income, annual return. Just imagine, guys, 240% annual return will lead you the list of billionaire. But you have to consistent with that, because and on an average business, they can make like a profit like a 20%, hardly 15-20%, 25%. That's a decent amount of profit if the company is able to make that amount of money. And you are making like a 240% fucking money in gold, means that's awesome. All right, so you have to focus on that way. Don't think I just meant like 4%, 5% per week. Just calculate on the basis of per annum. You'll just amazed. And if you count that on like a 5 years, 10 years, like a 10 years, 200% per annum, 10 years, How much? 2000% return on 10 years time. So there will be no okay. Anyway, so congratulations to my maternal uncle. You are coming right now. I think you are busy on something, or you are just keep rest. Okay, no problem. We have been made like a $334 profit. Anyway, so let's move to the next day, because this is the New York sessions and we are not planning to execute our trade at New York sessions. New York sessions begins from the 4:45 p.m. Nepalese time to 10 p.m. So in between this time, you will get a high volume, high level of volatility and uncertainty, and you will get a bunch of news at this time, which will leads you to lower your probability to win, because we only believe on the smooth market. Smooth market, you know what smooth market means? This is a market where your techniques, your analysis, your predictions can work. At news, anything can happen. Price just run haphazardly up and down. So there is no business to execute the trade on New York, because you have to specialize on a specific time frame. Either you are planning to trade on a Asian sessions like 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., or you are planning to do the trade on a pre-London and London Open, which is all about like started from the 11:45 to 4 p.m. probably, or you can focus on the pre-New York and New York Open, which is all about like started from the 4:45 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the evening time. So you have to prepare and you have to plan and you have to specialize on a specific time, because no one can able to execute their trade in a whole day. So that's the first thing that you need to remember while deciding your time frame. All right. So this is the first thing, and let's move to the next day. Will execute one more trade, and guys, I am going to tell you something very important. On Friday, there will going to be wild day. All right. I think you guys have no experience, but I know Lekraj Mama has a lot of experience at this point, because he has to lose his lot of money at New York sessions, all right, at the time of news. So this has also happened to me as well. I just blew my one account on a New York sessions, because I have no make any sense. That doesn't make any sense for me, because I lost in a single trade on a news. All right. I could not able to anticipate the right directions at that point. I had executed the buy at that point, but unfortunately, I missed to watch the news at that time, and the price moved up and down. At first, it hit my stop loss, and then skyrocketing like a $20 moves, 200 pips. If I could not hit that stop loss, if the gold had not able to hit that stop loss at that point, I'll make a lot of money, maybe double my account. But what happened? It is what it is. It's a very bad moment, and it's a very bad situation for me, which is actually happened at 1.5 years ago, probably. Just started in 1 or 2 months. Okay. So let's go to the next day. It's a Friday, and that day was Friday, because you will get a lot of news schedule on Friday. There is no business to over risk on Friday. Okay, let's go to the Friday. See, I'm going to lower my lot size, even though I get a plus setup on Friday, because it is the most pathetic situations for me. Okay, if you look at here, this has created a resistance at this point. At the same time, see, support at this point, not a good range at this point, so there is no business to make a sale at this point. No clean range. Looking at to the left hand side, okay, looking at onto the left hand side, what you can see is you can see a clean range. If this price able to break and close above this range, you will get this clean range up to the upper side. So I will be happy to take buy if the next candle break and close above this resistance, because you will get a decent range, which is all about like 147. All right, so let's move to the 1 hour time frame, no problem, and 30-minute time frame, which is our execution candle. So we are planning to wait, okay, for candle to break and close above this resistance for buy. Other than that, we are just wait and see. Wow, this candle is trying to break and push down, no problem. I'm not going to execute my trade at this point because I'm not thinking for sale, because there is no any clean range to the left, no meaning to be in trade. Wow, even though this candle is not able to break and close above this resistance, so I'm not hurried to execute the trade, even though it's moving up, no problem. Okay, no problem, no issue at all. See, just pushing like a up and down, and this is just like a no tradable zone at this point. This range is not enough for execute the trade. This is not tradable zone. Okay, baby, come on. It's a Friday and it's a New York sessions. Now, see, it's a New York sessions. And if you look at here, the way this candle close, it has a wide rejections, and it's called the, I'm going to plan for the impulse entry. If this candle break the low of the previous candle, I will go for sale. Listen, because I believe the high volume on a New York sessions, and at the same time, I'm going to lower my lot size as well. Instead of executing one lot, probably 0.5 or maybe 0.2 or maybe 0.3. All right. So I am going to have a what say? I'm going to looking for the impulse entry, because I have been done this a many time and I have a lot of experience at this point. And if it's hit my TP, I will close everything. Okay, Mama, are you there? Hello.
Hello.
Yes, is this a good idea to execute this sale at this point if it's break the low of the previous candle for the impulse entry by
Yeah,
lowering our lot size?
yeah, good entry.
Yeah, I think we have looked this type of market structures more often, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, if this candle without making any wick at top means high liquidity to push price to come down, all right? And if it's able to break the low of the previous candle, you will see a big bearish candle. So let's see. Because I have been looking these market structures more than like 100 times. But it has to break the low of the previous candle. If it's not, that will not be our sell positions. If it's moving up, no problem. I'm not going for buy at this point. I'm just looking for the candle to break and close below this support for buy. Sorry, for sell. Or if this candle make like a bullish candle, and then next candle bearish candle, and then next bullish candle, then support form, I will go for one lot. Otherwise, I'll just wait. No problem. Okay. Wow, it's moving up. No problem. I'm not worried about it. It's a Friday though. Okay. Now see, if this candle break below its one low, I'll go for sale. Otherwise, I will not go for buy, because there is a weak rejections. That will be not the good idea. Anyway, this is the Friday. I think it will not give us the good opportunity to sell. Wow, if it's break its own low, I think it's a time to take a small positions. So instead of putting because I'm not comfortable, and if you measure this range, it is a way big stop loss as well. Way big stop loss as well, which is all about like $23 moves. All right, 23 pips. So I'm going to execute maybe 0.3 lot, because I'm not confident. It's a Friday as well. So I'm going to sell, put my stop loss at this point, TP my at this point, and at the same time I will manage my risk at if it's back to its open price, I'm going to manage the risk as well. All right, 13 pips. That's well, awesome. 24, 23, 23. Okay, that's awesome. So let's see. Oh, come on. You are not here to do all those things. Hustle and muscle. Okay. So it is trying to, it's break the low of the previous candle, means there is no business to price to push up. We have to manage our risk as well at the same time. Wow. Since it's a Friday, I'm not going to take any more risk, because if it's break the low of the previous candle, like a huge rejections, it's an impulse entry. Since it's a high risk trade, that's why that's why I executed a small lot. I already managed my positions as well. So I'm going to close probably 50%. That will be good anyway. And let that run. Okay, I think it will going to hit my stop loss. That's why there is no business to be in trade at this point. So look, what's the psychology? So if I execute one lot, probably I will lost like a $300. All the profit will gone out. On the whole week, we put the energy and force to make money. And at the single trade, if I execute one lot and it hit my all the stop loss, then I will probably lose like a $300. All the profit will be going to the Ben. All right. So if you look at our statistics, we are still in profit like a $300, exactly 3% in this week. If you made 3% a week, you will get like a 12% per month and 144% per annum. It's a way big like a profit. All right, 140% per annum. That's a decent profit. Okay, awesome profit. So it is what it is. I'm going to show you the statistics. So look at here. We made the largest, so you see, largest profit trade, that is $131, the largest profit. And the largest loss trade, only $52. It's the way of risk management. All right. So we took like how many trades? Long trade 13 and short trade 2. Out of long trades 1, like a 13.9 means more than 80% accuracy. So it is what it is. We have made like a $300. Look at on our graph. It looks like a decent graph. All right. It's a decent return as well. Look at our history. This is all the history that we took the trade. This is the graph. All right. So can you open your camera, please? I'm going to make one short video for the Instagram, because I have created my Instagram from the name of Goldman. Okay. Anyway, so can you open your camera, please? I'm going to just make small video from my mobile phone. Wow. Anyway, nice done, because it will also be the one memory for us. All right. Okay, no problem. Sorry. Okay. No problem. Just wait for a minute. I'm going to stop the recording.